we're looking at this, the part 2 of question solving, okay, and we have question 2. Find ddx of these expression. The first one we have there is what arc tan ln 3x squared plus exponential to power what this. So let's go straight to the solution to this question. But before we start the solution, I want us to know that ddx of arc tan x is going to give us what? It's going to give us 1 over 1 plus what? Whatever you have there, you square that. So we're going to apply that for this. So, and another thing again, ddx, which is derivative of the sum of function, will be what? Derivative of each of those functions. So, ddx of this, so this will equal to 1 over 1 plus, this one stands for, it stands for x. So that's our x. So that will be ln 3x squared, then you square that, okay? You square this one, applying this general inverse of tangents, okay? And don't forget, times what? Derivative of what? Of this ln, that what? ddx of what? ddx of ln 3x squared. So that's that for this. Then for this second part, so this will equal to exponential. The derivative of exponential is the same thing. So we have this, and then times the derivative of what? Of the power. So ddx of that power. So that's what we need to note. This is a chain rule. This also is also a chain rule. So the derivative of exponential is exponential times the derivative of the power. So I think we can start calculating our answer. For this one, the derivative of ln, that will give us 1 over 1 plus 3x squared times, for ln, that will be 6x over 3x squared. When you are differentiating ln function, it's going to be derivative of the inner function. The derivative of 3x squared is 6x all over what? The function itself. Okay? So, and that will give us what? 2 over x. And then plus exponential to power this, okay, times the derivative of this one will give you 1 over square root of what? S squared plus 1. The final part, and that's end question 3. Okay, evaluate integral of these two products, exponential to power 3x and then sine 4x dx. In this calculus 2 playlist, we've explained integration by parts. This question is what is integration by parts. So please watch for that playlist and watch integration by parts for calculus 2 playlist to have an in-depth understanding. So this exam question, we're going to do it based on exam periods. So we're not going to waste time in solving this question. So without much ado, let's go straight to the solution. Okay, so what we'll do here, since it's a product of 2 items, and we're using integration by parts, so let u be equal to what? Exponential to power 3x. So we do what? The u is equal to what? If you differentiate u with respect to x, that will be equal to what? 3 this. Okay, so dx. So that's the derivative of this with respect to this function. Okay, then the v, our v is going to be what? Sine 4x dx. Integrate this place. So this will equal to what? V equal to what? Integral of sine is minus cos of the function 4x. Then you divide by the derivative of that inner function over what? Over 4. The derivative of 4x is what? Is 4. Okay, so that's the v. Then we apply our formula, which is what? But before we go, let's make these question. Let's call it. Let's give it a symbol I. My I, which is a question, is equal to what? So that's the formula for integration by parts. So we need to substitute now uv. So that will be equal to what? Minus 1 over 4 exponential to power 3x. So that's my what? That's my uv. Then minus v is what? V du. So I'm combining this one with this one. Okay. So I can take this minus 1 over 4 outside times 3. Minus is there. Minus in the formula. So that will be plus 3 over 4. And then we have what? Exponential to power 3x cos 4x dx. Then if you look at your solution where we are now, I'm going to start that place. This integral is not equal to the question. We involve also integration by parts because it's a product of 2 items. So we're going to do the integration again for this integral. There is no table for this. So I'm going to take that integral outside, where my u is what? My u is this. So the u is also equal to what? This. Okay. Then the v is what? Is cos 4x dx. So integrate this. So v is equal to what? If you integrate cosine, that will be sine of the function. Then you divide by what? Derivative of that function. So we now have that integral, that will be uv. This one times this one, that's uv. That's 1 over 4 exponential to the power 3x sine 4x. Okay? Then minus integral of v. My v, we have it there, that's this one. So times the du. Here, your du, if you differentiate u respect to x, it's going to give you the u times equal to this and then what? Dx. So if you combine v, the u, you're going to have what? 3 over 4 can be outside. 3 over 4 exponential to the power 3x and then sine what? Sine 4x. Okay? Dx. So if you now check this integral, you realize that this integral is the same as what? As a question. The same as what? As a question. So that means this one is equal to this. Okay? So this integral now is equal to what? Is equal to this. What I did is going to just give the symbol for this integral, which is what? Which is I. Okay? So then we can go back to this equation, which I call the asterisk. Go back to that equation and substitute there. Okay? So we're going to have now our question, which is I, equal to what we have here, plus 3 over 4. We're going to open brackets here. This integral as an expression, and that is this expression. So what we're going to do now is for us to open these brackets and then move this I to the other side. So we now have this I equal to minus 1 over 4 exponential to the power 3x cos 4x. Then plus 3 over 4 times this one. So that will give us 3 over 16 exponential to the power 3x sine 4x. Also, plus 3x times minus 3 over 4i. That will be minus 9 over 16i. So that's what we have now. Then move the I to the other side. So we're going to have, if we move this one to the other side, we have this. So do the algebra for this. That will give us 25i over 16 equal to this expression. Then make I the subject. If you make I the subject, we're going to have 16 over 25 times the whole expression here. Okay, so that's what we have now. We can put our plus c for the constant of integration. Then, if you like, we can stop here, or we can open the brackets, expand the brackets, and so we now have for the final conclusion this 16 over 25 times this expression. So we're going to have what? Minus 4 over 25 times this. Okay, 16 over 25 times this expression. So we're going to have what? Plus 3 over 25 times this. Plus what? Plus the constant of integration. Yeah, question 4. Find the first one, integral of this trivial function, tan cube x, and then sec to power 4x dx. And we also have this one, the second one, integral of product of sine of this function, and then cos of this function. Let's go straight to the solution. So the first one, when you have, this is integral of trigonometric substitution, which is also on the playlist on Calculus Sheet. So please check that for more questions of this form. Your target is having odd function, is having odd power, and your sec is having even power. What I said in that video is you split this even power of sec into 2 equal parts. Split it into two equal parts. Then you now use your identity. Okay? So, and don't forget that 1 plus times square x is equal to sec square x. Okay? So anywhere we see sec, we are going to substitute for one part. We are going to what? Substitute for one part of what we have split to 2 parts. So we now have now integral of what? Tan cube x. So this one now, I'm going to substitute for that, which is what? Times what? 1 plus tan square x. Then this one, we leave it, that will be sec square x dx. Then the next thing to do is the u substitution. Let u be equal to tan x, okay? And then the u with respect to x, we differentiate at time, that will give you sec to x. So we can now turn all the expression out to u now. So we now have integral of u to the power 3, okay? And this will be what? 1 plus what? 1 plus u squared. And then sec square x dx is called what? Is du. Okay? Then you can open the brackets. Then we have what? This times this plus this times this. That's a u5. And then what? Du. Then begin to integrate. Integral of u to the power 3 will be what? u4 over 4. Plus integral of this one, that will be what? u6 over 6. When you're integrating the power plus 1 over what? Over the power. So the power is now what? 6. 5 plus 1, that's 6. Plus what? Plus c. And the final thing to do now is to return your u back. Your u is what? Your u is time what? Time x. So we now have plus what? Plus c. And that finished that question. The second part, integral of these product of sine and cosine. Let's write that. Okay. This will be equal to integral of, open your brackets. Whenever you have a product of sine and cosine, it's called for what we call addition formulae. Okay. And it has this formula. So that's the addition formulae for product of what? Sine and cosine. So then the next thing to do now is to spot what is A, what is B. So this 4A is my A, these are 2x over 5 is my B. So substitute that. So we now have half times sine 4x minus 2x over 5, close that. Then plus sine 4x plus 2x over 5. Okay, close the brackets. Then this one will be what? And don't forget, integral of sum of functions will be integral of each of those functions. I can open the bracket now. So I'm having integral of what? 1 over 2 sine. So this will be what? 18x 5. Then plus integral of, don't forget the half also. Half. If you have this one together, that's a sine 22x over 5. Okay, dx. This is also dx. So let's get the final conclusion. So you can bring this half outside the integral. You can take that half out. Okay. Then integral of sine is going to give us what? It's going to give us minus what? Minus cos of the what? Of the function 18x over 5. That's that. Then we have to divide by what? By the derivative of 18x over 5, which is what? 18 over 5. So I'm going to what? So you're going to be what? You're going to turn upside down. That will be 5 over 18. That will be 5 over 18 times what we have there. Okay? Then plus 1 over 2. Do the same thing also for this one. Integral of cosine, that's minus cos the function. Then you divide by the what? By the derivative of the inner function. And that is what? 22 over 5. So it's division. So you can take it up and that will be what? Times what? 5 over 22. Okay, plus what? Plus c. So we're going to have now, if you open these brackets, minus 5 over 32. We're going to have this. Then here also, minus plus, that's minus. So we're going to have 5 over what? 44 cos the function. Then what? Plus c. And that's finished that question. If you're new on this channel and you're yet to subscribe, quickly click on the watermark on the video and subscribe straight away. Click on like button, turn on your notification, and then begin to share the links of this video on all your platforms. Okay, thank you for doing that.